We're Robin and Steve. We left off in Deception Bay with its chocolate-like rocks and its crocodile on a beach. We had planned to stop at Langi Bay. We were nearly there and turned into the wind, turned our motor on, and then the oil pressure alarm went off. So instead of seeing amazing rock formations, I sailed us off the reefs in 29-knot winds while Steve diagnosed the issue. A faulty oil filter. Thank goodness for Steve. And for spare oil filters. So we didn't crash into reefs and we have a motor as we approach the incredible Raft Point. The light changed every moment and it was hard to know where to look. A humongous boat was anchored near us, and at dawn they dropped us over coffee, fresh eggs and vegetables. Perfect gift and way to start the day. We were on our way to Red Cone Creek to see Ruby Falls. When we first set off, the tide was a little too low. It was a day of many crocodiles, who weren't at all intimidated by our little inflatable dinghy. They mainly stayed out of our way until this crocodile had us guessing what to do for quite some time. We even considered turning around. Eventually it turned away and we made it past the oyster-encrusted rocks to the foot of the falls. We scrambled up the steep rock face with our paddles, just in case we had to pluck our dinghy line out from under a rock with the rising tide. Remember, the tides are up to 10 metres here. With the dinghy line tied off well above the high water line, we climbed and climbed, next to the stunning Ruby Falls. Since the previous wet season had been unusually wet, we went unusually high before feeling comfortable that we could swim safely. We marvel at Steve's drone, which lives on after swimming 2 episodes ago. These smooth rock surfaces would look quite different in wet season. Having rinsed ourselves and our clothes, we clambered back down the gorge, feeling like the only people in the world, and very lucky. It turned out there were other people in the world.
Oh God, there's like 400 people.
On the way back to the boat, we only saw one crocodile, but we knew that others were out there. We enjoyed another of those smoky Kimberley sunsets at Raft Point. Next day, as we made our way toward Montgomery Reef, Steve fixed our oil pressure alarm. It's handy to know if oil pressure drops. There was no obvious sign of Montgomery Reef, apart from this cruise ship at first, with its many zodiacs. It was close to high tide, so the reef was not providing shelter yet, as we made our way between the reefs. But soon there was just a silver skin of water over the reefs as the tide dropped. And then we could see this often hidden feature, miles of waterfalls spilling off the reefs as the tide drops. The cruise ship zodiacs had caught up, but there's more than enough waterfall for everyone. This 400 square kilometre reef supports a lot of wildlife, birds, turtles, and even whales. Having spotted a whale, we headed back to the boat because the whale was headed in that direction. Steve continued fixing things in beautiful places as we sailed, then motored in the Buccaneer Archipelago, past Slug Island into Talbot's Bay, land of the Dambimangari people. We're anchored in Talbot's Bay, just outside the world-famous horizontal waterfall, where huge volumes of tidal water flow through two narrow rocky gorges. As the water rushes to equalise between the bay and the ocean, it is forced through the gorges, creating a waterfall effect. But given that our tiny dinghy only has an 8 horsepower engine and we're not adrenaline junkies, we didn't rush into the white water. But even on the outside, the eddies were like giant crystal records on many turntables. We got a sense of the power of this dangerous waterfall within these spectacular gorges. A large part of the Kimberley is in our wake now, but this coast is a gift that keeps on giving. For me as much as you, here's a map recap. Chocolate rocks at Deception Bay, oil filter malfunction, then on to Raft Point, down the crocodile-rich Red Cone Creek, then from one sort of tidal waterfall, where water spills off Montgomery Reef as the tide drops, to another sort of waterfall, where narrow gaps in gorges create horizontal waterfalls. It felt here like we were running out of the Kimberley, but the next chunk of coast is packed with more surprises. If you feel like it, join us next time. We'll be at Dugong Bay and beyond.